Hi, this is Dr. Barrett Givens, Chair of the Department of Mathematics and Statistics. And this video is part of a series of videos that I'm making to help students navigate through the changes as we go to semesters here at Cal Poly Pomona. This video in particular is about understanding the units in semester conversion. The number of units for each course will change, the total number of units required to graduate will change, and the number of units required in GE, in core, in support. All of those things will change, and so this video, I hope, will help you understand how to convert the units from quarters to semesters. First, let's just get straight what the units are here. In general, an academic year is equal to 3 quarters, or it's equal to 2 semesters. What that means is that 1 quarter unit is equivalent to 2/3 semester units, and 1 semester unit is equivalent to 3/2 quarter units. It's much the same as when you switch from degrees to radians or radians to degrees, but it's confusing because we call them units either way. And so throughout this video, I'm going to try to be careful to either say quarter unit or semester unit, because just using the word unit for both is confusing. So as an example, a current 4 quarter unit course would give you 8/3 semester units. 4 times 2/3 is 8/3 towards graduation. The total units to graduate under quarters is 180 quarter units, and so under semesters that's going to become 180 times 2/3, which is 120 semester units. These are the current requirements for Cal Poly math majors in terms of quarter units. So these are the number of units in each area on the curriculum sheet. If you go look at your curriculum sheet now, you should be able to confirm that. So I'm going to multiply all of these by 2/3 to convert them to semester units. Okay, I did some rounding off here, and general education I believe is going to be 45 semester units, and I've rounded other numbers off as needed. Now, what I'm primarily concerned about is the math, so the math core, the math options, and the math support. In particular, I wanted to figure out, well, how many semester units, equivalent of semester units, do math majors currently take of classes that start with either the MAT, STA, or the CS 128 class. And so when I looked at that, because some of the math support has math 114 and 115 in it, but then it also has physics and English courses. So I did a little switcheroo, and I moved that math 114 and math 115 mentally into the math core. And so I upped that number of units there, and I lowered the number of units in math support. And so what I found is that roughly the total number of semester units in the MAT/STA prefix, so what I consider to be the actual math and stats courses, works out to a total of 44 in the core, 16 in the options, and so that makes 60 semester units of classes that math majors currently take, 60 semester units worth of MAT, STA courses. Now, some classes gain units in the move to semesters. For example, Math 428, Complex Analysis, is currently a 4 quarter unit course. If you take it on quarters, you get 4 quarter units, which is equivalent to 2 2/3 semester units. However, if you wait until semesters and you take the equivalent, Math 4280, you get 4 semester units. So the number of units that you get for complex analysis depends upon whether you take 428 on quarters, which is fewer units, or 4280 on semesters, which is more units. On the other hand, some classes lose units in the move to semesters. The real analysis, right now what's required is Math 314 and 315, which is 8 quarter units or 5 1/3 semester units. But if you wait until semesters to take it, you're only taking a single course, Math 3140, which is 4 semester units. So in this case, it's more units if you take it on quarters and fewer units if you take it on semesters. All majors should be taking 44 core semester units and 16 option semester units. Students who come in as semester students, students who start next fall, will be taking 44 core semester units and 16 option semester units. Students who graduate entirely on quarters, those of you who are going to leave us before we go to semesters, you're also taking roughly the equivalent of this 44 core and 16 option. Where it gets tricky is the students that are in the transition years, partly on quarters, partly on semesters, because I can't say for sure that your core courses are going to add up to 44. Because of the way I've explained with these classes above, they might not add up to 44. They might add up to 40. They might add up to 47. They might add up to all kinds of different amounts. So we don't know for sure that you're going to have 44 core semester units. We're going to say that you need to have 60 semester units of math courses total. So you'll take your core courses, whatever those core courses need to be, you'll take all of the core courses by topic, count up however many units those happen to add up to, and then add or subtract some number of option courses to compensate. The goal being that you should be aiming for 60 total semester units of mathematics. All of this adjusting the option units, semester units, to compensate for not hitting exactly 44 semester core units gets really complicated to do by hand. And so for that reason, I have made a spreadsheet tool that I am using to figure out how many option courses I am supposed to be taking, or how many option courses each student is supposed to be taking. So the way this spreadsheet tool works is that anything that's this orangey yellow color is a drop-down menu that can be changed. So here you could choose either pure, or you could choose applied or stats. Over here on the left, we have all of the main areas of the core: calculus, multivariable calculus, scrolling down here to real analysis, abstract algebra, and probability and statistics. And currently, all of these drop-down menus here all say quarters. So currently this is set up for a student that took every course on quarters. If a student took all of these core things on quarters, they would need 16 semester units of option courses, this pink number over here, which is what it currently is. Currently 16 semester units is 24 quarter units, which is 6 classes, which is what is currently required on quarters. Okay, but now let's take a hypothetical student and work through how this spreadsheet would tell that student how many option courses to take. So let's say this student is in her third year here at Cal Poly Pomona in the math major. She's probably already taken calculus, so we'll leave that one as quarters. She's probably already taken multivariable calculus. We'll leave that as quarters. And let's say she's also had the linear algebra and differential equations on quarters. Maybe she hasn't taken the Math 201 yet, the numerical analysis, and she hasn't taken CS 128. And she looks at her schedule for next year and she decides she's not going to take it this coming year. And so this one we're going to switch to semesters because her plan is to put that on semesters. Now, if you noticed, when I changed that drop-down menu, when it was quarters, it said 5 1/3. When I switch it to semesters, that's going to become 3. So this math major has just lost some units in the core. Over here, this pink number, that 16, went up to 18 1/3, and that's showing that it's compensating for the loss of units in the core. Okay, the math major really should take Math 310 now because it's a prereq for so many other things, so we'll leave that one on quarters. Maybe she plans to take Math 314 and Math 315, the real analysis. She's heard it's pretty hard, so she's going to go ahead and leave that one for next year. She's going to put that one on semesters. 417 and 418, on the other hand, she's heard that abstract algebra is pretty awesome, and so she's going to take that one this coming year on quarters after she completes Math 310. And then the complex analysis, because complex analysis has real analysis as a prerequisite, and real analysis is on semesters, complex analysis had better also be on semesters. Okay, and perhaps this hypothetical math major is a pure math major, and so she's not in a hurry to take the stats courses, and so she's maybe going to put those on semesters as well. An applied or stats option would probably want to take those stats courses much sooner because they are prerequisites for some of the higher level stats courses. Okay, so each time you clicked on semesters, these numbers adjusted, and then I can scroll up here, and the new number for this math major is 16 2/3 semester units. So 16 2/3 semester units. So actually in this case, the compensation was just 2/3 of a unit that had to be added. So it wasn't a big deal. But depending upon what different majors do, this number could adjust anywhere from possibly 13 up to 19, I've seen. Okay? So I will be sharing at some point this spreadsheet so that students can make this calculation themselves. And I'll also be sharing it with advisors, so advisors who wish to use it can use it. Okay, that's it for this video. I hope that the video didn't get too complicated and explaining too much maybe of more than you wanted to know about how units convert from quarters to semesters. But I figured that explaining exactly how I came to all the decisions I've come to and what the requirements are going to be would probably help some students just understand where they stand and how many units and what they have to take in order to graduate. As I said before, this is part of a series of videos I'm making, and so keep your eyes open for the videos that go over the pure option courses and the applied stats option courses. I'll have later videos explaining all those, and so that you can figure out, all right, now that I have a number of units in my core, how do I hit that number with the courses that are going to exist? Thanks for listening. I hope this was helpful, and I'm looking forward to switching to semesters with you all.